Oh.
Hi everyone, are you all through to ESC Fan TV Hits? We've got Go A with us, Taras and Kate from Go A, and myself and Tom. Lovely to meet you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
Now it is a live Q&A, guys, so please do put questions that you have for Go A in the chat, and we're going to pose them to Taras and Kate as we go through the interview as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. So we're going to start off, and we're just going to ask, what type of music genres do you guys actually listen to in your spare time?
Well, actually, all of our members, there's 4 of us, and we all have like different musical tastes. So just I mean totally different. So as I know, Kate listens to a lot of folk music because she studies folk music, and also she's listened. Huh?
Я можу відповісти сама за себе.
Oh, she says she can answer for herself. So go ahead. Давай, відповідай, яку музику ти слухаєш?
I like all music that has as honest emotion for me, because it rock music, trip hop, post rock music, pop music, and many genres of this.
Okay, as for me, well, it's I think it's easier to say what music I don't listen to because I generally fond of almost any kinds of music that can bring emotions and energy. So I'm listening to almost everything from classical music and folk music to some rock, heavy metal, death metal, and of course a lot of electronic music. But well, of course we all have our favorites, but I think they change through the years. So what the artists we've listened several years ago, we don't listen to them now. And first question.
I was going to say, we've got a question there for Kate. Do you like Lana Del Rey?
Yes, I like Lana Del Rey so much. It's my favorite artist and favorite song. A new album. It's is amazing, and it's a very interesting person for me.
Cool. And we've also got a follow-up from Andrew as well, saying, what is your current favorite song? If we give that to Taras, that one.
For me, okay. So right now, for today, for this exact moment, my favorite song in my playlist, I think it's a song by a French band called Gojira. It's called Le Fan Sauvage. It's the name is in French, but they sing in English.
That sounds awesome. I might go and look that one up. What was the name of the band again? Because I'm gonna actually write that one down.
Gojira. So it's like it's like Godzilla, but like a Japanese pronunciation. Gojira. It's a metal band actually.
Amazing. Nothing wrong with a bit of metal there.
Yeah, I like a bit of metal as well. Definitely. So who are your influences? Who would you say has influenced you in your musical careers? both of you?
Kurt Cobain. Taras.
Well, okay. My main influence through all those years, I've been listening to music like from when I was, I think, 11 or 12. Was Queen, actually. So it was the first band I ever heard in my life, and I've been a big fan ever since. But still, it's quite difficult to say that we've been influenced by just certain artists or certain bands. There are many of them, so we listen to lots of music, and I think we can take inspiration like subconsciously from any of it. I mean, so. I mean, so we're doing like folk music combined with electronic music, but we can we have our inspiration from different kinds of music. So again, from folk music to metal. But of course, the core of our songs, of our music, is Ukrainian native folk music. So we've got a lot of influence from there.
Now, we had a question through from one of our regular viewers, Neil, before we went live, and it's a question for Kate. It says that she studied folklore most of her life and can sing white voice, but Neil wants to know about the singing technique, where it was learned and how it differs from conventional singing.
Вони питають мене, що таке white voice?
Так, що таке, як ти співаєш, як називається твоя техніка, ну, тобто, як ти робиш свою техніку і чим вона відрізняється від звичайного співу естрадного?
Okay. So I got this kind of question more often lately, so I started to think how to explain what I do. And for many years, I've been studying different singing and different singing techniques, and it was a pop vocal at first, a classical one later. In my childhood, I was singing operatic parts at different musical competition, and even was in medal piece something. Later on, I switched to metal and learned scream vocal, but the term white voice, it's I think I've never learned. I never learned it, and it was always with me from my childhood, and I ever don't remember when I started using it. And the first time I've heard from my grandmother. When I was a baby, I almost never cried, but when I did it, it was very serious.
Oh.
It was disaster. It was so loud for everyone around. That they was trying to do everything for me to stop crying. I think my voice is a way to turn attention of people to things that really matters to me. And I want to turn your attention, and but not to me. It's first for of all to Ukraine, then to reach out to bring a thought that we all are unique and we all deserve to be happy, every one of us, and please remember it.
If I can add something to it, besides playing in GoA, I also work in my recording studio. I'm in my studio right now, actually, and I work with some folk singers also, and I see how they try to sing, how they try to learn this technique. And then I see how Kate is singing. So for her, it's a very natural way of singing. But for some people, it takes years to learn it. So I think as already said, for Kate, it was like a natural thing since childhood.
That's amazing.
But still, she can learn. She can sing in a regular voice also.
Yeah. Whilst we're asking about like the music styles and stuff, we've got this question that's come through. Are there any artists that you guys would really like to collaborate with in the future?
You mean Eurovision artists or just any
artist? Any artist.
I think Kate has an answer to that.
Tommy Cash.
Yeah, there's
from Estonia, and Bones, and Taras. What about you?
What about me? Interesting question. Well, actually, a few days ago, we had a live chat on Instagram with the band called The Roop, the Lithuanian entry for Eurovision this year. So we had a great chat, and I think it would be quite interesting to do a collaboration with them, maybe someday. But actually. We think that collaboration should, bring something new to the table. It shouldn't be just like collaboration for advertisement or cross promotion or some hype thing. So collaboration should be done when you want to say something to the world with your music, and if you can, just combine your style with the style of the other artist.
Тарас, ти мог просто назвати імена.
Kate says that I could just name somebody and that's it. That was it. But I like to talk. Sorry.
I'd love it actually. Gosh, my God, the Roop and Go Away, be amazing.
Oh, in Great Britain, I know that one artist he make music in style Witch House. And it is City Walks and Skeletons.
Skeletons, yeah.
Yes, I need collab with this artist because it's music amazing and emotional.
Oh, and there's a question on the chat.
Yeah.
And there's a question. I love going India.
Is there a question? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from Tristan, who's a really sort of another one of our panelists. He's actually put I love Goa in India, and he's bumped into many Ukrainians there. So is Go a nod to Goa in India? And also, do you like Goa trance? Which I guess is that a music type of music?
That's an interesting question. I think this guy knows something. Because actually the idea to create this kind of band, I mean the band which would combine electronic music with native Ukrainian folklore, actually this idea came to me during my trip to Goa, India. Yeah, it was like 10 years ago, and yeah, something like it just pumped to me. That,
he knows something, obviously, isn't he?
Yeah, but actually, it's quite difficult to convince people that the name of our band is not connected to the name of the Goa state in India in any way. It just sounds similar. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I can understand that. Martin has just asked a question as well about whether there's a video, Kate, of you covering Zombie by the Cranberries, because he thinks it was amazing.
Thank you.
And why did you choose to cover it?
Тарас, ти мені допоможеш зараз. Це дуже важливо. Це дуже важлива пісня, адже з нею почалося все. Я заспівала її на прослуховуванні в свій перший рок-гурт, і мене після цього взяли. Тому це пісня важлива для мене, бо з нею почалося все.
I see. So Kate says that this song was very special and is very special to her because for her it's like it was the song she sang on her audition to the first band she was in as a vocalist. Yeah, and then she used this song like almost like an anthem for her. So the song is very special for her.
Yeah, I like Linger actually by the Cranberries. It's a great song.
It's also from the first album, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, it was one of the very early ones that they released.
Yeah, it was the first album Was like released in '96 or something. Okay, another question. Have you been?
I can play it in guitar. It's my favorite song.
On guitar?
Ah.
Well, it's not that difficult for chords, you know.
Yes. It's my first song on guitar.
Oh, okay.
So guys, just going to Eurovision. What made you get involved with Vidbeer last year? Was it something that you'd always wanted to do, or were you asked?
Well, it's a little bit complicated. First, it was our fans who first convinced us to go to our national selection called Vidbeer. So they just started to write us. You should participate in national selection. You should. They've been writing to us many times, asking us about it. But we thought like we didn't feel like. Ourselves like a DIY band without any manager or just promo TV presence or something could do this. So we thought like it was something for more popular artists. And then we had a phone call from the national selection team. So they just invited us to participate, but we had no song. So we just one day Kate came to my studio and said that she had this beautiful piece of folk song, and she wanted to do a song based on that folk song. And we thought like, okay, if maybe we would participate in national selection, maybe not, but still we would have a good song. So why shouldn't we give it a try? So we tried.
What are your
And you were.
We really had no expectations about it. We just wanted to give it a try. We wanted to, just gain a little bit of audience, our people that would listen to our music, not because we're like some mainstream band or some in some musical trends or something. We wanted to find people that would listen to us just for liking our music as it was.
Mm-hmm.
What are your memories of actually competing in Vidbeer last year, in terms of actually the thoughts, the feelings of actually like being on stage and things like that?
Kate.
I was I cannot believe it because.
Катя, тут питання не про те, як ми виграли, а про наші емоції, коли ми приймали участь.
Vidbeer, Vidbeer is beautiful. Тарас, поговори, пожалуйста, з ними.
Так, я поговорю, ти скажи свою думку, я перекладу.
Це було дуже круто, і це нові емоції і новий досвід.
Okay, so Kate says that for her it was like she liked it very much. For her it was like new experience, new emotions, and so on. For me, I cannot say it was like very strong competition or it was very difficult. We just, we just try to be ourselves as usual. So we just, got on stage and played our song. That was it.
Did you have any plans for because obviously Eurovision, we know, got cancelled quite early on, but not quite early on. Did you have any big plans for the song at Solvay in Rotterdam last year? Had you already like sorted out your staging and things like that?
Well, actually, at that moment, we've already started to do our staging for Rotterdam, but still, we didn't have time to do everything. Then we got this message that Eurovision was cancelled, has been cancelled, and the message that we would participate next year as Ukraine's entry. With this message, we got like 5 minutes after the first one. So we literally had no time to react emotionally or in any other way.
Wow, that quick.
It just flashed.
So going on, we've got a question from ZPQA about, have you ever been to the Netherlands before, and what are you looking to see and do while you're there?
Well, once I was in Amsterdam airport while traveling to United States. So, but I've never actually been to Netherlands, and neither had Kate and our other members of the band. What are our plans in Rotterdam? Well, as far as I'm concerned, we will have to stay in our rooms for all the time we'll be in Rotterdam. So maybe we'll see something from the window. Yeah, but you know, situation changes every day, so you'll never know what comes next. Maybe we would be able to see something, to do some sightseeing or something, but
oh, I hope so. It's a lovely country. Yeah, Tom and I have been there quite a lot. We've all been there. There's always a pre-party, so there would have been a pre-party this year. So in fact, I think it was going to be tonight actually. And yeah, we always go to Amsterdam, and yeah, I do hope you get a chance to go. I really do. Definitely.
Hope so. But this year we have online pre-parties. Of course, it's not like, you know, live ones, but still it's a chance to do something. So, and we'll be participating in some of them.
Hopefully. Got another question, another one of our panelists, our regular panelists, Mel, about whether you prefer Soloway or do you prefer Shum. And we did have another question earlier as well about asking how they differ musically. You know, so I mean, if you could sort of explain it, which one do you prefer really?
Чим відрізняються ці пісні?
Що ми любимо більше, яку пісню любимо більше і чим вони відрізняються?
I think Shum and Soloway are totally different songs. Because Soloway is a complicated love story that I rethought, and it made me stronger. And Shum is much deeper. It is an attempt to raise a serious layer of culture. Ну, скажи, що ви підняли Чорнобильське Полісся, типу фольклор.
Yeah, so first of all, you know, a lot of our songs are based or influenced by Ukrainian folk songs, and both Shum and Soloway were based on Ukrainian folk songs, but from different regions. Because there are slight differences between you know, vocal technique and, you know, things to sing about in different regions of Ukraine. And the song Shum, I mean the original Ukrainian folk dance and song called Shum was originated from the region in Ukraine called Chernobylske Polyssia. So this is the region where the Chernobyl power plant station is situated in. Actually, in our second video, I mean, in the second video for Shum that we shot especially for Eurovision, we had several shots of a Chernobyl power plant. We wanted just to draw attention, first of all, to all the things that we do to our planet, to our world, and secondly, just we wanted to point out that Chernobyl is not only, you know, about you know, this power plant and catastrophe and so on. It's also about the people and a big part of Ukrainian culture that has almost vanished due to this issue. Yeah, and just stepping a little bit back, what song do we like more, Soloway or Shum? Well, we like them both, actually. We think Soloway was the perfect song for that exact moment, for Vidbir and for Eurovision 2020. So, and I understand that many people expected expected us to write something like Solovey version 2. Yeah, but we wanted to do just a totally different thing. So and I think Shum is the perfect song for this moment. But I cannot say that we don't like Solovey and we like Shum. We like both of them. So I think
Шум це шум це результат того, що ми пересмислили за момент карантину, типа.
Okay, so
ми почали думати, ну, типа, набагато глибше. От і все.
So Shum is like you know, it's almost it's like a result of what we had in mind during lockdown and what our you know, we were thinking about everything what's going on with you know, in the world and in Ukraine, and it was like an answer to everything we saw and everything we've experienced.
And do you know what? And I think, yeah, I love the song anyway. I'm biased on that,
I do.
but I think
Thanks.
listening to the explanation of it as well, it really resonates.
Well, actually, I want to add something. Yeah, sorry. I just want to add something that actually those songs have something in common because we wrote both Solovey and Shum without any expectations, so just being ourselves. So when we wrote Solovey, as I said before, we just thought about making a good song. When we wrote Shum, we didn't think of the song as a song for Eurovision. We want to do a song especially for our live shows, to do this original Ukrainian dance called Shum on stage. So, and I mean, we had no pressure of any kind, like you should write a song for Eurovision and all that stuff. So when we were writing those both those songs, we didn't have that pressure. So I think it helped us in a way.
And that leads us on to Sean's question that's just popped up on screen as well, because Shum was originally 4 minutes 20 seconds.
Right.
That's what he's saying. Was it a challenge to get it down to a 3-minute version for Eurovision that you were actually happy with?
It was. It was. I think I'll translate that. Катя, ти зрозуміла питання, що питають? Питання, чи складно було переробити пісню?
Yes. It was very different. It was very difficult, sorry. Я не хотіла цього.
Did it go through many drafts and things? Did you kind of like get it down to 3 minutes, listen to it and go, hang on, no.
A lot of them. Well, actually, we liked the song the way it was. But actually, when everybody found out that Shum was the song for Eurovision, so many people started to send us their own versions of cutting the song, just to help us. Yeah. But then we thought that if so I think again everybody expected that we would just cut the song in half or something and that's it. But we thought that why should we take something from the song if we can bring something new to the song. So Kate rewrote the lyrics and we made the second Shum as like a sequel to the first one. So this is the second one is a totally different story. It's like a continuation. We call it Shum episode 1 and Shum episode 2. Yeah, like a mini series. And we believe that Shum episode 3 will be our stage performance in Rotterdam. Yeah,
I like that. I love that idea.
But actually, as far as I know, it was very difficult for Kate to do another to rewrite the lyrics because we were already fond of our first episode of Shum. It was very hard to just forget about it and write something new almost from scratch. So it was a challenge for us, but still, I think Kate did it very well.
one thing it's a follow-up question. If you had like, because you said like multiple versions of this as you went through the process, would you ever consider like after Eurovision like releasing like the multiple versions, almost like that the series of Shum episodes? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get your meaning. And actually, well, let this be a secret so far. I mean, if we have episode 1 and episode 2, why won't there be an episode 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or and or anything else? So who knows? And there's a question. I think it's for Kate.
Yeah. Are you able to perform some of your song as part of this interview? That's from Andrew.
Що вони хочуть, щоб ти заспівала?
Щоб ти заспівала частку пісні.
Якої?
Якої? Шум, звичайно.
Okay, 1 minute, please.
Oh, I think she'll take her guitar.
Oh.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I cannot help her because of a latency in the video. Terrace, do you have any favorite Eurovision songs this year? Yes, I have. While Kate is preparing, I think I'll answer the question from the chat. So yeah, I have several of them. Well, actually, I like most of the songs, but personally, for me, my favorites are Discotheque by The Roop. Yeah, then I don't remember the name of the song, but the song from John Steers from Switzerland.
Yep.
Yeah, and also I like the song by that. Oh, that has the best guitar.
Are you ready?
Oh dear.
And
It's Joe. It's Little Joe.
Okay.
Ви там про щось говорили?
Та мене питали, що мені подобається з Євробачення цього року.
І що тобі подобається?
Мені подобаються литовці, швейцарець і Даді. Ну, Даді мені з відео подобається. Just,
Okay, I'm ready. А ви тут?
do it. Так.
Okay. Весняночка, весняночка, де ти зимувала, в садочку на клиночку сорочечку пряла, там у лісі на юзлісі сова тудодує, заспіваю співаночку, нехай вона чує. Заплетися шумом барвіночком, я тобі співаю весняночку, сію, 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 сію конопелечки, сію, 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 сію зеленесенький. That's all.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. I think you've certainly made a few people's days with that as well, with the acoustic version. Sean's already messaged in, oh wow, what a treat. And you've got some flames from Donna. Yeah, lots of comments coming in, compliments as well.
Yeah.
We were just talking about other Eurovision entrants and stuff, but we'll take this question from Michelle. How important is Eurovision in Ukraine?
О, Тарас, розкажи їм.
Okay, so Eurovision is quite important, but everybody, well, not everybody, but most of Ukrainians have this, attitude that an artist that would go a Ukrainian entry from to Eurovision, so the artist should either from their point of view, the artist should either win the contest or die or something. Yeah. So well, personally, for us, we don't. I mean, Eurovision for us is not like a strong contest with being competitors, winners or losers, and winning no matter the cost. So for us, it's more like just a way to to promote our Ukrainian native music, to discover new interesting artists and songs, to chatting with people and other artists. But for most Ukrainians is like going to Eurovision is almost like going to war. So you have to win no matter what, and if you lose, it's like end of career or something. But there are also a lot of people who just wish us luck, no matter the place will be.
Hey, so David's put forward a question as well. Obviously talking a bit more about the contest.
Yeah.
Now we know that you're in semi-final 1. In your opinion, what do you think your biggest competition in semi-final 1 is?
I honestly don't know. Because well, I mean, comparing different songs is like comparing different musical instruments. I mean, so which one's better, guitar or the drums? So
yeah. So when you win, guys, we're all coming over to Ukraine. So yeah, you'll definitely be there, won't you? So we can all go and see you in Kiev next year.
Of course we will.
Win.
Of course we will.
Definitely.
Oh, there's an interesting question in the chat right now.
Oh yeah. If you weren't singers or musicians, what job would you do? And that's from Arcadia.
I think I know that Kate's answer for this.
А як би я б хотіла бути?
I would like to be.
Okay. I would like to be actress. And maybe teacher. And maybe doctor.
And well, let me think. I think well, actually, all my life was connected to music in some way for many years, so it's quite difficult for me to answer this. But I think I think I would be a photographer, or I don't know. I know that there's no profession as a travel blogger, but I like to travel so much and discover new interesting places. So I would be happy to be like a how do you call it, a travel blogger or something.
Yeah, we have that as a profession in the UK. We do. Wow. There are lots of people who travel as part of as a job for TV programs and
well,
things
but
like
actually, I think I would. Besides that, I would like to be. I would like to be a teacher, actually. Well, but I think this refers to me as a musician. I would like to just to pass that a little bit of knowledge of music that I know to everyone else involved in this process. But still, the question was, if we weren't singers or musicians, what jobs would we do? So something like that.
Yeah, we've got our lovely Steve, another panelist, who's just asking about staging for Rotterdam, and that was a question I was also going to ask Steve as well. So, yeah, what do you have in line for us?
Well, if answering to the question, what can we tell you anything about our staging in Rotterdam? The answer is no. Sorry. So, well, actually, we are not allowed to tell you everything. But still, we can say that the staging, I mean, our performance in Rotterdam will be even more mystical than our first and second videos combined. So, but actually, so we have a great team we were working with on our staging, and we're very happy that we're working with those people, and we fully trust them. So they bring some ideas to us, we bring some ideas to them, that we just like combine it and try to do something interesting. Actually, we have already shot our backup video, but I think we're allowed to do some minor changes to it.
Excellent.
I think that in Rotterdam we want to combine old Ukrainian spirit and future.
That sounds really intriguing.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I cannot wait to see that. We've got another question from the chat. Michelle said, "Who came
Yeah,
up
well,
with the way the band looks? I love it because you all look so fierce."
The answer depends on what look does she have in mind. Well, if we're talking...
Что делаем нам образы?
Не, ну, типа, ну, можеш вважати, що так.
Ну тоді скажи, що ми знаходимо просто людей, ми не на все соглашаємося, але ми знаходимо людей, з якими наші ідеї сходяться і колаборуємо з ними.
Okay, so Kate says that we just try to find costume designers that have ideas similar to our ideas, and we just try to collaborate with them and do something interesting. And that's it. I think that's right.
Рішення приймаємо ми самі.
Oh, we've got another question through from David. David is one of our panelists. He's from Portugal. So that probably gives a bit of background to the question. What is your opinion on the Portuguese entry?
I'm sorry to say that I haven't heard it yet. Well, I think I would have. I have to do it. I have to listen to it after the interview, but still, unfortunately, we had no time to listen to all entries. So we're just trying to follow some of them, but sorry, unfortunately I cannot answer your question right now. I think I'll be able to answer that, tomorrow or in several hours.
And we've got a question from Donna as well. I know you had a small tour last year in Europe, but when the travel restrictions are lifted, would you consider playing concerts in the UK?
Well, actually, we hadn't have a tour in Europe. We had one show in Poland. So actually, we have a joke inside our band that we've toured more before the national selection than after it. Yeah. But when travel restrictions are lifted, of course, we consider playing concerts in UK. We consider playing concerts in all Europe, but as far as you know, there's a lockdown, and we don't know when it will end. So we thought it will end, in several weeks last year. So,
but it's nice to dream about, the freedom of being able to go everywhere, isn't it?
Go to concerts and
actually, we've missed concerts so much. We had one concert in Ukraine like a month before. It was almost like a week before the lockdown started. I mean, the total lockdown. And when we got on stage, well, I mean, for myself, I got on stage, I saw all those people, and I was like, oh, now I remember why I'm doing this. So, yeah, I mean, so our live show, I think the audience is like a fifth member of GoA, because we very much so we like being on stage, we like performing live for people very much, and we just can't wait for this to happen. So I mean, in Ukraine we want to visit every city, every small town, and just look people into the eyes and say thank you for believing in us, for voting for us. And of course we want to do a European tour and visit UK, because as a band we refer to ourselves as representatives of Ukrainian culture and Ukrainian folk music, so we want the whole world to hear it.
Well, when you do, me and Joe will definitely be there, because that's what's
Yeah.
that's, to be fair, that's what we tend. Outside of a lockdown and stuff, where we always kind of meet up and go to those types of events, so we look forward to that.
Yeah, we
Tristan,
do, definitely.
Tristan's put a question in. Did you attend any of the Eurovision live shows in Kiev when it was there in 2017?
Personally, I didn't attend, because it was like 2017. It was almost the start for me. I started working in recording studio, and I had to work 24/7 just to earn for living. So I had no time for that. But well, and actually it's quite funny, because the venue that Eurovision was in Kiev, it's like 20 or 30 minutes walk from my home.
So you could have the atmosphere on your doorstep without.
Almost.
I don't know. Was there?
Almost.
I was going to say, was there like an atmosphere? Like, as you were walking around, was there a good atmosphere about the city during that?
A bit. But I was so deep in my studio work, I almost couldn't see it, because I my thoughts were only about how to learn this or that and how to record this or that. So that's how it was.
Now going back to the semi-final draw a little bit, you're drawn 15th in the semi-final, 15th out of 16 songs in the semi-final. Are you seeing that as an advantage in terms of your placing? Do you think that's going to be is that a good draw? Were you pleased to be placed in that order?
Well, we were assured that it was a good place for us, but still I don't think it's very important. Because we will be just performing our song live, and I don't think it's I mean, for me, I don't think it's very important whether we would be 15th or second or any other place. So we will still be performing the song.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what are your aspirations? As in, do you obviously do you want to reach the final? Obviously, I mean, where would you see as a great result? What sort of placing are you looking for?
Well, actually, when we had our final in our national selection in Vidbir, all the bookmakers they put us on the 5th place of 6. So almost nobody believed in us and in our victory, but still here we are. So you never know.
Yeah. We're rooting for you, definitely.
Yeah, we're going to be absolutely rooting for you guys. Stu, I'm just gonna we've got lovely Stuart's been working the chat room backstage for us. Stu, have we got any more questions that have come through? He's doing some scrolling up, I think.
He's put a note on, thinks we're done. Oh, there you go.
There we go. A final song to finish off. what's your favourite Eurovision song of all time, if you have one, obviously?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, we have. I think me and Kate will agree on this. I think it's a song "Euphoria" by Loreen.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been a big fans of Loreen since that moment. So as I was saying, Eurovision is a perfect place to find new interesting artists and new songs. So and it was the place for us to discover Loreen's songs, and we're still listening to her songs actually.
It's amazing. You should see a Eurovision party, disco, whatever you want to call it, when Loreen is played. The floor
Yeah.
literally
Oh.
just like fills up. Everyone's on there
Eureka.
dancing.
Yeah,
She does
everyone gets
amazing things with her voice.
all the
It's
time.
absolutely amazing. Guys, thank you so much for taking time to do the interview with us today. Absolutely amazing. Thanks to everyone as well who's joined us as well in the chat room. For those of you watching, we're back tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Central European time, for to go through another 4 songs in this year's Eurovision Song Contest, and we hope to see loads of you online then. Joe, any final thoughts, comments?
I just want to wish you both the very best of luck. You'll be getting my vote. I can't even remember if we're allowed to vote in semi-1 or not from the UK. But if we
Don't think
do,
we are. I
I'll
think
be.
it's the final for us.
It'll be the final. We'll definitely vote for you in the final.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You're both amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In the meantime, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Ding a dong the bell to get the notifications of new content, and we'll see you all tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock Central European time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.